If you want to change your audio levels, so that's increasing and decreasing the sound, all you have to do is hover over these red lines on your audio clips and move those levels up or down. If you move them up, it makes them louder. If you move them down, it makes them quieter. If you can't see these red lines, all you need to do is click on this kind of mountain looking shape at the bottom, the third tab in. You can see that turns them on and off. What you're aiming for is for these clips to hit between 6 and 12 on these audio level meters at the right hand side. So at the moment you can see it's going right into the red. That's far too loud, so we need to move them down until that they're hitting somewhere between the 6 and the 12. So you can see there it's just hitting in between, maybe needs to be a tiny bit louder. And you can see it just turns yellow at the top. That's broadcast standard until we hit this section, and you can see it goes far too loud into the red again. If it was just in the green at the bottom, that would be far too quiet. So for a clip like this, you need a little bit more control. Obviously, we've got it about right at the start. It's just between the 6 and the 12 if we turn it up a little bit more there. But as soon as we hit this section, it goes into the red, and you can see with those waves at the bottom, it's much louder in this bit. So we can use the pen tool to manipulate this a bit more. If you add a keyframe here and you add a keyframe here, you can start to move the levels around with more control. So if we want to dip the levels where it gets louder at the end, we've got it somewhere between 6 and 12 at the start. And then when it got loud and went into the red earlier, it's down in the green section now. So that probably needs to be up a tiny bit more. So all you have to do is keep adjusting those levels throughout your piece until they all end between 6 and 12. If you have recorded some audio that's still really quiet, there's one last thing you can do. You can go into your audio filters tab in Effects, into the Final Cut Pro folder, and you can use the gain effect. If you drag that onto your audio and then double click it and click on the filters tab, you can see you've got the gain here. I've actually put this on twice, so I've got 2 gain filters, and you can keep adding gain as much as you want, and all you do is turn it up or turn it down. The problem with gain is that it amplifies the background sound. So if you've got some sound that's really crisp and clear but very quiet, this could be useful. If your sound is muffled and quiet, mixing in with the background sound, this probably won't help. The last effect that you need to know regarding audio is the crossfade. So this is in the Effects tab in the Audio Transitions folder. A crossfade, like the video dissolves that we looked at in the earlier tutorials, you just drag and drop onto the joins between 2 clips, onto the edit points between 2 clips. So these make the sound much smoother as you're playing your piece back, and it makes your piece sound much more professional. To change the value of these crossfades, all you have to do is double click on them. It should be about 6. So if you highlight that and change it to 6 for principal sound, that's interview sound and voiceover, and it should be about 20 for background sound. Obviously each clip is different, and the way a crossfade works is it pulls in audio from each side of the clip, from the handles of the clip. So they're the bits that you've recorded but haven't selected, the bits you can't see here. It will pull in information from between these 2 clips. So if you drop the crossfade on this side, it will pull in information from the right hand side. If you drop it in the middle, it will take an equal amount of audio from the left and the right. And if you drop it on the right hand side, it will take more audio from the clip on the left. So you always have to listen back when you put a crossfade on, because it could pull in sound from either side of the clip, which you don't want.